Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning. It's that wonderful time of the year. People, the top-selling manga in Japan, it's that time. Now, before I get started, the links will be in the description box down below. Two links. The first one is by series. The second one is by volume. Now, the one that I'm going to use for this video is by series. And the other one is there in case, if you're curious, which particular volume of that series sold the most. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to read, because obviously I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts, no takes, after I'm done reading the list. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the actual list for you guys right here in the video, so you guys can follow along as we read the top 30, not the top 10, the top 10, the top 30 of the top-selling manga in 2013. And again, the links are going to be in the description box down below. So here we go. Nisokoi, To Love Ru, Trouble, Darkness, Black Butler, Tokyo Gao, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Banco Edition, Sket Dance, Detective Conan, Ace of Diamond, Haikyuu, yeah, Haikyuu. I have no idea what the hell that series is, but moving on. To Arurai, Chichi Haya Furi, Blue Exorcist, still in the fucking race. Alright, Saint Young Man, Space Brothers, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, Bleach, Kuba, Kingdom, Toriko, Gintama, Kimi no Todoke, Terraform Mars, Fairy Tail, Hunter x Hunter, Assassination Classroom, Silver Spoon, Naruto, Muggy, Kuriko's Basketball, Attack on Titan, and One Piece. So those right there, yo, son, this, I mean, see, it's to be expected given that the, hold on, let me backpedal, right? Because this list is shocking. It's shocking, to say the least, in a lot of people's minds. Because it was always the big one, alright? One Piece was always the king. It was always the head honcho. And it dominated by a landslide. But this year, the king has a queen. Whoa. Okay. So first, let me backpedal. Let me go all the way down here, and we're gonna start off with Bleach. All right, because the rest of them. Okay, now, first of all, no. Before Bleach, right? Number 19, Blue Exorcist. I am shocked. I am stunned that Blue Exorcist is still in the fucking race. Now, mind you, when it comes to Japan, there are a plethora, a slew, a landslide, an avalanche, you get my point, of manga that are available. So top 30 is actually, a pretty damn, it's a pretty big deal. But what I will say is that I Don't Know Exorcist, after 2011, fell off the fucking radar. I mean, it fell off completely. No one was talking about it, or very few people on YouTube were talking about it. The sales dropped completely, and all the hype just died. So I'm just saying, because at that point in time, 2011, I believe that's when it came out with an anime, and then it got real big because the anime started off pretty damn good, and then it got, in my personal opinion, so that's number 19. Now, number 15, Bleach, Kubo. This to me, I think, is my personal opinion, because again, this is my personal take, because I have not read every series on this list, but we continue. Bleach. Yuha and the boys deserve to be in the top 10. This is bullshit. Yo, this arc so far has been fantastic. And my personal opinion, it deserves to be in the top 10. However, I do believe that, and I'm not Japanese, I don't live in Japan, So I don't know what they're thinking, but I would assume that because of the way Bleach was going in 2012 and 2011, 2010, that there was always a decline every year in the sales, and there were always these other manga coming up and surpassing Bleach in sales. There was this common trend in which people kind of like lost faith in Bleach. Now, I'm not saying that's the case because again, I don't live in Japan. These are the top-selling manga in Japan. I live in the States, so all I can say is that that's what I would assume, given the current trend. However, the Bleach anime did end, and we do know. I mean, again, Attack on Titan is the clear example of this. And back in 2011, Ao no Exorcist was a clear example of this. When a series has an anime, it tends to get like a lot of manga sales because of the anime pushing the series along. So the thing here is that if the Bleach anime, and it will probably return for a final act, I believe that it will, like, the sales will also spike, even if the Bleach series is over. Because look at Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is in top 10. This dude has been on hiatus for what, like 2 years now? He's been on a freaking hiatus, and people are thirsty. I'm thirsty for Hunter x Hunter. And he's still in the top 10, Togashi Yoshihiro. So if Kubo can maintain being in the top 30, the top 20 actually, with no anime, then if the final act does come of Bleach, which it will probably, even if the manga is over by then, the sales, I'm pretty sure, will actually increase exponentially. That's my take. But again, I don't live in Japan, so I don't know. Now, number 14, Kingdom. I've been hearing a lot about Kingdom. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Kingdom. I did see the anime, like, back in the day. Like, the first episode? No, 3 episodes. It was shit. The anime was utter shit. But the manga I hear is fantastic, and I am going to read it. However, for some odd reason, I got caught up in Bastard. I have no idea how. I just got caught up in Bastard. I was like, bro, this is good. So I am going to read Kingdom. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. But obviously, number 14, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Now, number 13, Toriko. Oh, if you guys don't know, this is my favorite ongoing shonen at this point in time. For the past few months, actually. It's my favorite ongoing shonen. Because this is my shit! I love Toriko. Love the living shit out of Toriko. But it's sad, in my personal opinion, because I really wanted to see it higher. Oh, I love this series. And the thing is that this current arc so far, well, the arc just ended. And I believe that the final few chapters were not in manga volume yet. And I don't know which volume that they're on in Toriko at this point in time. But if the current few chapters do get an arc, oh, the sales. Oh, my no. The human world. I'm like, no. Alright, man. I'm sorry. I get hyped, alright? I get hyped when it's Toriko, because it's Toriko, alright? This shit's on some whole new level. They're on some DBZ shit. No, Goku, where you at, man? Grand knocking. Alright, we move on. Now, when it comes, Gintama actually beat out Toriko, which it was because they both got 2.8 million copies sold. But in Gintama's case, it was 2.86, and Toriko got 2.84. And to me, it's like, yikes, because Toriko's my shit, and I always, kind of rub it in because Gintama doesn't seem that popular anymore. But obviously, I'm wrong. I'm obviously dead wrong, because in Japan, it's still blossoming. It's still, it's still doing very well. So, kind of like a payback punch. I'm like, okay, fine. It smarts. Like a noogie, like an old school, yeah. So I get it like a wet willy. So, on to the top 10. Alright, first of all, Terraform Mars. I've been hearing about it, and from what I heard, it's racist. I'm just saying is that, like, the aliens are like black people, racist, obviously. But again, I haven't read it, but that's what I hear, and from what I've been hearing, it appears to be racist. Now, mind you, it's not the first time we black people have been discriminated against. I mean, we still are to this day for a wide variety of different things, for different reasons, obviously. And I can go very deep about it, but I'm not going to. All I'm going to say is that I do plan on reading it, but I've been hearing good things about the story, but it's very suspect in the sense that the author may be a complete, like, he'd fit in the South. He'd fit in perfectly as a Tea Party, just extreme right. I can't say the word right. Conservative, an extreme conservative. There you go. I'll leave it at that. I can't say the word right. It's ridiculous. Now, we move on. Number 9, Fairy Tail. Thank you. It's starting to seep in. It's starting to seep in now, people. Alright? Fairy Tail. I've been getting a lot of PMs about the current arc in Fairy Tail. Like, oh, the current arc in Fairy Tail, it's really good. Like, the villains are like the demons and blah, 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 blah. And I'm listening to the PMs, and I'm reading the PMs, and I'm like, but wait a second. This sounds like the same shit. The same shit that I read when it came to the 7 Kin of Purgatory. And from what I gather, I saw a PM, and I got 2 PMs about it, and I saw Luna Spiral's video review on the latest chapter of Fairy Tail. Apparently, from what I gather, shit. I'm just saying, is that in Naruto, stuff's been pretty damn bad for the past few months. I mean, with a few ups here and there because of Madara and the Shinju and so on and so forth. My personal opinion. But Fairy Tail, I dropped that shit. Sting, do I need to say anymore? Man, lecture. Oh, fuck this. I jumped ship. I put on my life jacket. And I was gone. And when I'm hearing that, the arc is good and the latest chapter is utter shit, it doesn't surprise me. That's what the guy does. He hypes your motherfuckers up, and then he just friendship punches and speeches, and it's the same shit. Same shit. And when I see the sales, because it was in 4 million last year. I think, no, in 2011, it was number 4, or something like that. Number 4, number 5. And then in 2012, I believe it was still top 10, number 7, number 6. But now Fairy Tail, number 9, and it's going way down. I'm fine with that. Me, no complaints here. Now, number 8, stepping on the face of Fairy Tail. Hunter x Hunter, of course. Now, granted, the anime's out, so obviously it's getting more exposure. But my personal opinion, this is the same guy who made Yu Yu Hakusho, the anime that got me into anime. Now, of course, back in the day, of course, we all know, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and Pika Pika Pika, and, that kind of bullshit. But at that point in time, I had no idea what anime was. The first anime that I knew was anime that got me into anime was Yu Yu Hakusho. And I love this shit. I have an extreme bias. I'll admit it proudly. I have an extreme bias towards Togashi Yoshihiro. If I went to Japan on a trip, that's the first autograph I get. The first fucking autograph. Togashi Yoshihiro, I don't care. I'm gonna find you in your clutter. I'm gonna find you in your room. Give me a damn signature, man. Give me a damn signature. Because this guy's phenomenal. And him being top 10, he deserves it. Because he's a phenomenal writer. He can take a hiatus for years. And they still want his shit. Of course, no shit. Now, Hunter x Hunter. Beautiful. Now, I have heard about number 7 a lot. Assassination. Oh my god. Assassination Classroom. There you go. I gotta say it nice and slow. But haven't read it. Oh no, I read a few pages of the first chapter. I was like, not my shtick. Silver Spoon. Never heard of it. Whatever. We move on. Number 5. This is surprising. Naruto. Naruto was number 3 last year. Under Kuroko's basketball. And and 2011 was number 2. Each year, well in the 6 millions. This year, 5.5, barely. And it's number 5. So, all I'm saying, Kishi, is that I'm not a believer in the man upstairs, but if you believe, you may want to take this as a sign. Now, granted, your series is ending, and, well, all I can say, because I'm not going to get that deep into it, but what I will say is that, let's be honest here, 3 million of those sales are because of one man, Mamoru Uchiha. No shit. And you, Meteors, and then Susanoo, Hashirama speeches, Sasuke. People are still digging Naruto, but the sales have dropped considerably, at least over minus like 1.2 sales from last year. So there's been a drop. And where it goes now, well, if things, because, you know, Mr. Toby, because I have no idea who's watching this video, the Toby individual, that person is now, you know, out of the picture. Oh, that's a big spoiler right there, but fuck it, whatever. Or they should be out of the picture. That makes way for one man, Madara. Kishi, make it work, Kishi. Make it work. Okay, now, number 4, Magi, fantastic. Now, here's the thing, right? The difference between Magi and Naruto is actually very big. It really is. It's by, like, the difference is it's basically plus 1.4. 1.4 million copies. That's a lot of volumes. That's a lot of copies. And what I can say is that Magi this year has been phenomenal, alright? A lot of the manga that I've been reading this year so far have been phenomenal, Magi included. Magi has been phenomenal, and it deserves number 4 because this story and the side story with Sinbad, that's what I'm saying. So Magi's gonna stay in the top 10 for a long time. I don't see any stopping, especially with the anime's continuation. That's for sure. And I gesture to say, within the first half of 2014 manga sales, Magi, top 5, easy. Now, we continue. Number 3, Kuroko's Basketball. Again, a very good series, worth the read, I love it. If you guys are Naruto fans, and you're looking for other series to read, I would recommend Kuroko's Basketball and Magi. And Toriko, obviously. And Hunter x Hunter. And, for now, I'll leave it at that. But the thing here is that Kuroko's Basketball, it's very popular, but so it got 8.7 million sales this year. However, there's a problem here. And the problem is that it could have had a lot more. There's been something going on with the author of the series and these death threats. I have no idea what's going on exactly in Japan, but the author, when it comes to certain events in Japan, when it comes to certain products being sold, when it comes to the manga itself and the anime, it's been held back a lot because of these death threats that are going around Japan when it involves this series and this author in particular. So I'm not really too sure as to why the author is getting death threats. I have no idea why. But what I can say is that it is impressive for a series to be this popular, number 3 in Japan in sales, and to still continue to write, to draw, while getting these slew of death threats by this individual or these individuals. The reason why, again, I don't know. They have because again, I live in the States, but I'm pretty sure people there have a great idea of a better idea about what's going on, because obviously it's Japan, and these are the Japanese sales, right? Again, manga over there is a national treasure. So, number 2, and here's the Queen of the Year. Sounds kind of weird, but take it as it is. It is the Queen of the Year, Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan, 15.9 million sales. Wow. Now, when it came to 2011. Blue Extra's got a huge increase in its manga sales. but nowhere even close to One Piece at that point in time. Attack on Titan, 15 million. Whoa. Holy shit. The anime boosted the manga sales, I heard, by like over 10 times. That's unheard of. And the thing here is that this series has 3 more years to go. But let me say this, One Piece, obviously number 1, it still retains its throne. One Piece is still, it's like a Lannister. It's still on the Iron Throne. But here's the thing about One Piece. So 18.1 million sales for One Piece, number 1. My thing here is this. If you take a look at 2011, 2012, and 2013, 2011, One Piece had 37 million copies sold. 37 million. 2012, One Piece, 23 million copies sold. This year is 5 million less, even though it's still number 1. 5 million less copies sold in Japan. 2014, I would not be surprised if there is a new king. Attack on Titan. Obviously, my personal opinion, I don't see Kuroko's Basketball or Magi ever beating One Piece in sales anytime soon. But there is a trend. When it came to 2011 and 2012, there was a substantial loss in the sales of One Piece volumes. You go from 37 million to 23 million, that's a huge loss. It's a huge loss. That's 14 million copies lost from the previous year. And this year it's around 5 million. So, my question here is it because of the current arcs in One Piece? Now, a lot of people say that the One Piece time skip, it could have started off better. I don't know. Because the majority of the manga sales in this year of One Piece were Punk Hazard volume sales. Maybe Punk Hazard, I mean, because it's kind of weird, because when you think about it, when it came to 2011 was all Fishman Island, probably. So, was Fishman Island, in the regards of the Japanese people, more popular than Punk Hazard? Just saying. Vertigo and Law. I'm just saying is that it throws you off. But what I will say is that if in fact Shingeki Attack on Titan does beat out One Piece in 2014, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I'm just not. It is very possible. It really is. Because here's the thing. One Piece gets a lot of push, and it's backed heavy in Japan. But Attack on Titan, as of late, has been getting a lot of push. Not just only in the anime, but also in the manga sales, in certain products, in certain like stores, in video games, And it's getting a very strong backing at this point in time. Attack on Titan. So, I mean, even though I haven't seen, like Attack on Titan, like trains and shit like that, because I believe that there's like a One Piece train. Crazy. The thing here is that because of the push that Attack on Titan's getting, it may just very well pass it in 2014. But there is hope, because this arc so far in One Piece, for the One Piece fans who want their series to stay on top, me personally, I don't really care, because One Piece is One Piece. I still like it. That's obvious. I mean, again, it's Japanese sales, so American sales won't affect Japanese sales. That's why I said that. That's why it says top selling manga in Japan. The thing here is that this arc in One Piece so far has been fucking great. It's been like, whoa, like it's been a huge change. It's fucking Dofi and Fujitora, and you're like, what? So the thing here is that maybe people are going to be more enticed in buying the volumes for this arc as opposed to Punk Hazard. Because again, people have been saying, at least on YouTube in the States, Punk Hazard, Fishman Island, not really the best arcs to kick off a time skip. But then again, it is your take, it is your opinion. Let's see how it goes next year. So that being said, I'm done. A long video, or longer than I thought it would be, but I'll leave it at that. And I'll see you guys later. Be sure to, of course, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. And I will see you guys later. Peace. Have a nice day.